since yesterday and today in the morning. I got Module 1 covered already for Start.COOP. This time we're going to start Module 2, and the topic is researching the feasibility of the business idea. Cooperative is a business, and once you have started the cooperative business, it is very, very important. Even before you start, you need to research whether the business idea that you have had is feasible or you can be able to achieve it. Remember, in the last session, you were looking at different business ideas, okay, which are being presented there. Okay? Some of you say you are lacking capital to start your business. Others were saying you are lacking transport to start your business or to do your business. So we're going to see now to the details whether the business idea that you had already selected, remember you ranked the business ideas, not so? You can see some of your works on the wall. You ranked the business idea, and we're going to see whether that business idea that you have selected is feasible. Feasible means it is possible that you are going to do it. Okay? Then that implies that you will be able to make profit out of the business which you have selected. Now, this Module 2 assesses whether your business idea is feasible, and this is the third step in cooperative formation process. So, there's some activity which we are going to do. I'm going to give you these cards, and on these cards, write the questions that you think can help you determine whether the business idea that you're having is feasible. Remember, all in your groups you had business ideas, okay? The objective of this session is that after completing this session of feasibility, you will be able to learn how to determine the potential membership base and also anticipated business volume. Two things are involved here: membership base and the potential volume of business. So, membership base simply means how many people can you be able to recruit in your cooperative. Okay? Then the volume of business, how much product will you be able to make? Okay? How much products will you be able to sell? So these are key things. The more people you have in your cooperative, the better. Okay? Also, the more volume of items you make or products you produce, the better for you, as you will be able to make what? A lot of profits for your business. Now we're going to look at some overview of this. The overview of this project is that in this Module 2, you will be able to assess your business idea and to see whether that idea which you're having is feasible. And this is the third step for cooperative formation. Now, we're going to perform some activity. I'm going to give you these cards based on your groups. And on this card, you are going to write some of the questions which you have in your mind based on your various business ideas which you have. Others were saying lacking capital. Another one says lack of transport. Another group said what? What was yours? Pardon? Lack of resources. What was yours? Lack of capital. What was yours?
Transport.
Yours was transport? Okay. So, for example, how many women and men are interested in joining the cooperative? This is one of the examples of questions that you have to ask. Because we said earlier, as an objective of this, we will want to know how many potential members you will get to the volume of the business. So secondly, some questions like how much people are willing to pay for the services of the cooperative. So once you engage yourself in the cooperative services, you will know that you'll be able to sell things. You may be able to sell products, or you will sell input for your farmers. So how many people are willing to pay for them? Also, how many people are willing to subscribe and pay for their membership in what? The cooperative. Because we say the more members you have in your cooperative, the better, because you're going to have, you will raise more money, especially in the area of membership. So, here are the cards for you. Each one of you will have one. Just giving you one. So think of the questions you have, write them on this card. Is that okay? You have 8 minutes to write the questions. You can write at least 2 questions. You can use your pens for writing the questions you have there. Hold on. I think you write 2 questions in relation to how many people, or in relation to the objective that we have. Okay? How many people would you want to recruit? How many women would you want to recruit? Secondly, how many what volume of product or services would you want to offer? But it must be in relation to now your question, your business idea. Remember the business idea which you generated the previous time? Yeah. We mentioned them here. Lack of transport, lack of what. But yours was different. Do yours in relation to that. Is that okay? You only have 5 minutes left. The questions must be based on whether you think the business idea that you have is feasible. Feasible means is profitable, whether you can be able to do it. So the business ideas, you have already them in your respective groups. So, have you finished the questions? First, write your questions. I must make sure that all of you have finished writing your questions. If you have not written, then it will not be a good thing. Yes? Okay, you can go. Okay, you can get going. Have you finished the questions already? All right. Who has not finished? Have you finished all your questions? So we're going to classify your questions, right? We're going to classify your questions in 4 areas. 4 areas. One is this one here. Assessing membership base. Okay? Then the second area is assessing the markets. Right? Another area is assessing technical feasibility. Right? Then the last one is assessing financial requirements. So your questions which you have put on the meta cards are based on this. They might be classified in that. So we want to request people from group number 1 to come. You will be able to speak your question and you stick it where you think it is. Alright? If you think your question is on this, you will stick it there. Is that okay? If your question is as a result of assessing members, how many members will you be able to get? Okay? How many women? How many men? Okay? How many youths? It will be based in here. So if your question is related to technical issues, it will be fixed where? On technical feasibility. Is that okay? And if it is on assessing markets, where will you be able to sell your products? Who will buy your products, okay? To do where? Here. Is that okay? And then, if it is related to finances, you will stick it here. So, let's have this. I want one person to come and assist me among you. Get stickers ready. Which group number is this? Group number 1, you will help here straight away. Now, you can read your question, stick it where you think it lies.
My question is, how much amount shall we need to open our land?
What type of question is that? So you stick it here. Just get a piece of paper here, please, and then stop it. Take the question. This one is too huge. I want to do it very small like this. This is enough. Return. Stick it there. The second person. From this group, I want to finish this group first. You sit down as we work with this. Yeah? You come with your question, print it, and stick it. As the next person prepares. What's your question? That question is related to market. Put it in it. Where the market is. Stick it there. Make sure it is up so that it doesn't fall down like this. Stick it from up. The other person. Any other? What's your question?
Who is going to buy our products?
Who is going to buy our products? What kind of question is that?
Still market.
Still market. Fix it there. Keep tearing so that they're made here. Next person. What's your question? What is the produce? Can you rephrase that question? He's saying what is the produce? Can we rephrase that question so that we understand where it is lying?
Who is going to buy our produce?
Who is going to buy our produce? So who is going to buy our produce falls where? Other markets. You can fix it there where the market is. Thank you. You can go and sit down. Make sure it is just within this. You have more space. Can we have the next person? Pardon? You're still writing. Okay. Another one? You're still writing also. Okay, let's go to the next group. Group 2. You can come with your questions.
What type of resources are needed in the cooperatives?
What type of resources are needed? Can we rephrase that question? Is asking what type of resources are needed for the cooperative to start. We're talking about resources. Can we rephrase it and see where we can be able to put it?
What kind of resources are needed that can fall under assessing the financial?
Assessing the financial stand.
Mm.
Because we want to determine whether it is feasible for you to do the business. So it falls under finances. Okay? The next person? How many women do we need in this group, in our group? Where does that fall? Assessing membership. So you need to stick it there. Thank you. Next person?
How much money do you need from the members to start up investment?
How much money do we need from members to start the investment or to start the cooperative? Where does that fall? Finance. You need to put it here. Thank you. Next person? How many people or how many members are working in the group? That's the assessment membership base. We phrase it. You can stick it there. And the membership. Next person.
What percentage of profit is the project annual?
We're talking of cooperative, not project. So that is what nature of question is that? You can read the question once again.
What percentage of profit is the cooperative annual?
What amount of profits will the cooperative earn? Okay? That's more financial. You need to put it here. Thank you. Let's go to the next.
How much income should we get from selling the product?
How much income shall we get in selling the products? What kind of question is that? Finance. Stick it there, the finance. The next person? Are you over?
Yeah, we have.
You're over. Alright. Can we come to the next group, group number 3? If your questions are ready, you come. Yes.
How many people will I mobilize to join our cooperative?
What type of question is that? Membership base. So you fix it in. Make sure there's a demarcation here. Don't put this together. This line must be here. Maybe you remove this, like this, and you stick it here. So that it is clear away from that one. Put it here. Can we have the next person? What is the question?
How will we acquire the skills and knowledge of starting a business?
What type of question is that? Technical assessment. Alright, put it there. Aha. Can we have the next person, please?
How many people do we need in the cooperative?
How many people do we need in the cooperative group? What kind of question is that? Membership base. So put it there where membership base. The next person.
For mine, I have come with this question. What possible ways shall we use to get support to bring much and quality production?
What type of question is that?
First time, question again.
Read the question again.
What possible ways shall we use to get support to bring much and quality?
What ways shall we use to bring much quality?
It's technical.
Quality deals with the technical, so you put it at technical side, stick it there.
Sticking materials, you know.
There's another one is there. Get it. How many members shall we need in a cooperative? That is membership based. Stick that one. You stick one in the technical, another one at the membership. Is this the last person?
How many women do we need in our cooperative?
How many women do we need in a cooperative? That is the membership. Put it there. You remember how you generated the idea for your business? All of you in each of your group. The previous session helped you to generate your own business idea. Okay? Now this one here, this session now is helping to categorize or to classify based on the questions that we are having. We are only having 4 areas where we are going to tackle. One is to assess the membership base. 2, assessing technical feasibility. Another one is assessing the market. Okay? And then lastly, financial. Because without any one of these, your business will not, your cooperative business will never take root at all. So we're having the last person, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think we have exhausted the questions. Now, after you have selected the business type, others were transport, because they lacked transport, others they had lacked capital. Now you can see questions have arisen. Okay? So we are going to look at each of these one by one. And this is what is called as the feasibility study. Now a feasibility study looks at the various aspects of cooperative, such as the membership base, market potential, technical aspects, and the financial requirements to run or to start cooperative business. Now it is very important, the findings which were presented from the study, they actually now become the basis for which you will decide whether the business idea is feasible. Okay? Now, the findings from these, each of these, will be able to tell you, you know what the findings are, the result from these questions will be able to show you whether you should be able to do the business or not. Now, the feasibility study does not claim that it is offer all of everything. It is a perfect thing now, so that you will be able to continue doing the business. But it helps you to understand, okay, the purpose for which your cooperative is, and it proposes for you that whether there will be success or whether there will be a loss in your business. Now, in short, feasibility study simply determines whether the business idea makes sense and if it is likely going to succeed. Because success is what is required for you to do your business. Now, assessing membership base is the focus for our session 1. Okay? And these others will be dealt with later because those are assessments of themselves for themselves. Now you need to know that members are the owners of the cooperative. just like you, as a member of Njaya cooperative, okay? You are the owners of the cooperative. It does not belong to somebody else because you put your stake, right? By buying the share. I hope you have shares for your cooperative and people are already buying. That simply means that once you have bought a share, you become what? A shareholder or owner. Shareholders are actually owners. As a member of cooperative, there are various roles that you do play. One, as members of cooperative, you are actually customers of the cooperative. Okay? For example, when you have some products, okay? When you bring in your products to the cooperative, we have a banking center for you here. There's a banking center there. If you want to buy, you will come to buy from here. You don't go to buy from another place. Because if you are buying from another place, that means you are taking your money where? Away, outside. So you come and then buy from here, you are a customer. Two, as members, some of you become employees, right? You work with the Njaya or Njaya cooperative. When work options come in, you give to your members, you don't give it out, right? Then you also become producers or suppliers, yeah? You are producers because you are farmers in the field. Once you have produced something, you bring it where? Into the cooperative storehouse, all right? Yeah? Then you also sell them out. When you sell your products, you become suppliers to other entities. Now, how many people or how many members do you think you can be able to bring in to Njaya cooperative? You had already generated your business idea and you already have a kind of products and services which you want to offer. Then we look at the potential members that you will need to have. Members can be in two categories. One, natural people, people like you and me, okay? You can become members of what? Njaya cooperative. Two, members can be artificial people, organizations, companies. By virtue that they are being registered, they become corporate members. So, those two categories of people, you now need to begin thinking of who can be member of this. Which company can be member of this? Including even local government. Local government can be member of what? Njaya cooperative. Not so?
Yeah.
Because that is an entity of itself. Yeah? Now the key objective here is that when members gather, especially in performing their roles in having meetings, they can be able to assess who can become a potential member. For example, you will always, when you are having your meetings, you can discuss among yourself to see who can be able to become a member. Which man can be a member? Which woman can be a member? These persons must also be willing to join. Okay? Because we say, you are free to come into the cooperative and also you are free to go. Is it voluntary? We looked at the principles of cooperatives earlier. So these people whom you are thinking and you are planning to recruit as members must be potential people who must support the cooperative idea, who must be able to stand with you, with the cooperative at all times. Therefore, you need to talk to them. If you do not talk to them, it is possible that they will not be able to become members. Also, these must be people you trust. These must be people you trust. Trust is very essential in laying the groundwork for securing members. Okay? If you do not trust each other, if you do not trust anybody, don't bring the person in simply because there's something good which is cooking. Then these people must be committed. Commitment is very important. If you are not committed in your cooperative will not stand at all. So that kind of support is very essential from all the members of the cooperative. And members who wish to join, they must have that kind of commitment. Now, it is very also important to note that a critical number of potential members must be established or must be agreed, so that when people are participating in the cooperative, the business can have a better volume. Remember, we said the bigger the number of people, the better the financial requirements, because you are putting in your stake as the share for your cooperative, and also you are registering. You pay registration services. So this one will enable you to have a pool of income within the cooperative, so that in the first few years before you start making profits, you will be able to go ahead and work with in your cooperative. Now, you will have an organizing team to make sure that all arrangements are necessary and possible to make sure that this cooperative is registered with the government agency and different agencies that enable you to become registered cooperative. So in so doing, those finances will be able to allow them to run and make sure that the registration is done. Now, when you are organizing your cooperative, especially having the first group of people, you must make sure that gender is considered. Gender issues are considered. Okay? Gender issues must be considered. There must be both women and men in the group, so that through consultations they can be able to have more people. In our place here, let me say our place where I come from, Mabi Town, women are very active in mobilizing each other. So you will find that there are few men always in groups like this. So make sure that both gender, men and female, are involved. So we are having some activity which we are going to do. You can turn to the workbook, module 2. I hope all of you have this module 2. Yeah. See. All of you are having. So you can turn to page number 29. We are doing activity 1A. Assign another person who has never read anything since morning. Assign the person as the leader. Now you need to read through the session overview first. First read through the session overview, and then you are going to do activity 1A. We'll give you about 15 minutes to complete that. I believe that we have already finished. Okay? Yeah, I think most of you are finished. For those who have not finished, we give you 2 minutes so that you can finish. And after that, we are going to have some plenary discussion. We are going to discuss what you have written. Okay? The discussion is based on the assignment or the activity which you have done. Activity 1A. We're giving you 2 minutes to finish that. 1 minute is already gone. All right, our plenary discussion is now open. Do you believe that you can recruit enough men and women to join your cooperative? Yes. If your answer is yes. Okay. That's wonderful. Why do you think that you can recruit many people to join you? Many women to join you? Why? Yes?
Because our kids will be joining, and then we shall be cooperative. Then what we are gaining in our cooperative will attract more people to join our cooperative.
Yes. Yes.
I can say another answer was okay to increase the quality of the produce in the stock. Secondly, also to widen the market, to create the market wide.
Another person? If you believe that you can recruit more women and men to join your cooperative, you say yes. Why? Can we have members from this side? Why do you think you can have more men and women to join your cooperative? Did you hear what I was saying? He didn't hear. That means you need to raise up your voice. Raise up your voice.
I'm trying to say the numbers will be increased because when there are more women or members, you will find that the share value will also be increased.
Share values will increase when you have more people, more women and men to join. Thank you.
When we have more members, the fund will be increased.
When you have more members, the fund will increase. Which fund will increase?
The financial support.
The financial support from members. Membership will increase, and also share capital will increase. Yes, welcome.
When we have more members, the workload will be shared among the members.
When you have more members, the workload will be reduced because you are sharing the work that you are doing. Thank you. Any other person? Decision making will be easy, according to him, when there are more people in the cooperative. Now, we said that cooperatives have two distinct people. One, natural people, like you and me. Okay? Two, artificial people, or firms, government agencies, whichever organization or company is registered. Okay? They can be what? Members of the cooperative. So do you think that there are some companies like that, organizations that you have that can be able to join your cooperative? If your answer is affirmative or yes, which one are those? Can you write them in your book and then tell us the name, or tell the name straight away? Which organization, which company do you think can be able to join you in your cooperative? Which cooperative or members can join, yes?
St. Francis Health Center.
St. Francis Health Center. All of you know St. Francis Health Center.
Yes.
Do you think St. Francis Health Center can join you? Yes. Thank you. Power. Again. Again. Power. All right. We'll be able to do like that. Okay? Non-governmental organization can join. Which non-governmental organizations can join your cooperative? We need the name.
DCA.
DCA.
Yeah.
Are you sure that DCA can join you?
Yes.
Sure? Yes. If you are not sure that DCA can join you, you first go and research. You go and talk to DCA to find out if DCA can join you.
They talked first.
They talked to you first.
Yeah, they talked.
Did they tell you that they're going to join you?
They are going.
True. Can you give yourself power? activity 1B. How much are members willing to invest in your cooperative? That is the question. How much are members willing to invest in your cooperative? Now this activity will focus on whether you'll be able to have enough finances, which may be in terms of commitment. People who will say, yes, we want to join Njaya Farmers Cooperative. Okay? This will determine how much or the volume of amount of money you'll be able to get there financially. And that will be able to enable you to operate successfully. Now, cooperatives require infusion, or cooperatives require fast amount of money to be put in. Okay? You will first put the money in as a capital that will cover startup costs and also working capital. I hope you do understand what a startup cost is, and also working capital. Okay? Now, for the first 1 month or 2 months, or for the first 1 year, you'll be able to find that money is not coming in terms of profits. If you're growing short-term crops for 3 months, you'll find that within 3 months you will not be able to have money. Okay? But you will need money to operate. So it is that capital infusion which you need. And this one you can only get when you have what? People join you. When they join you, they will put their share capital at the same time, their share, the total of share capital, yes, and also they will be able to pay their membership fee. So once that is done, you'll be sure that you have some capital reserve that you can use to operate. So the contribution from members is very important because it's a source of financing, the source of financing, especially for startup cooperatives like yours. And the more finances members provide, the less the cooperative will need to borrow from other sources, borrowing from banks, borrowing from circles or other entities which provide financial capital. If members give more money, you will have less borrowing. So let us work out activity 1B. You can turn to your books, workbook, activity 1B. Activity 1B. You have 10 minutes to do that. Assign a new person to read. In each of your groups, assign a new person to read. The purpose of assigning a new person to read simply brings the cooperative nature of business model which we are having. You first read the overview. Once you have read that, continue with the assignment. You only have 10 minutes to do that. So, do you foresee that there will be some problems in regarding to members' willingness to contribute? Do you think that there are some issues which will arise, or some issues that will affect members from joining you, that will stop members from joining your cooperative? If yes, what are these problems? What are the problems that will stop members from joining the cooperative? Can we start with the group 1? Why do you think will stop members from joining you?
For us, what we think will stop members from joining is the share value of the agree to become a member.
What about the share value? Is it too much that people cannot afford to pay?
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, you should be able to say that. Yes, you should be able to say that. Okay? Thank you is saying the share value they are putting is too high that people may not be able to join. So what do you do in that case? So that the issue is you want people to come to join you. What do you do?
We come to the compromise, reduce.
You reduce. All right, group number 2. Do you think there are certain problems you see or you foresee that members will not be able to join you? What are the
registration fee will be high.
What is your registration fee?
If it is 50,000, some may not afford that amount.
If your registration fee is 50,000 in the village here, nobody will join. So what would you do?
You reduce.
You reduce. Right. Group number 3. Group number 3. Do you think there are some things which will stop members from joining you, community members from joining you? Yes, what is that? That's what we're asking.
Just because to us we said that the member fee will be spread to be paid over a period of 6 to 12 months, which will be affordable for our members.
So maybe if the membership fee is 50,000 shillings, you allow the people to pay over 3 to 6 months period of time, then they would have to work. Okay, you make it more affordable and more easy for payment. Group number 4. Are there things which will stop members from joining you?
Yes, others are complaining of following the principles of cooperatives set. They are saying that the other ones, they cannot follow that or what.
So in that case,
to have 2 votes.
in that case, what would you do?
We just tell them that these are our principles that governs us. If he fails to live free.
Principles are permanent, and
Yeah,
these
permanent.
principles for cooperatives that are globally accepted. So you don't need to bend.
Yeah.
One man, one vote.
Yeah.
Power. Okay, let's start again. Power. Again. Now, there is an advice which is going to all of you as cooperatives. Equity in members' contribution comes in very many forms. It's not only cash. Okay? So there may be some people who say, we want to work in the cooperative. So you will deduct our money, which you would have paid to us and put it as part of our investment. You have made it affordable for them. Not so. There are also members who will say, we don't have money, but we have these goods. Please go ahead and sell them. Once we have sold them, this is part of our share, at the same time contribution. So you don't always need to tell them, come with the cash. Do you think that is doable? These are what I refer to as income contributions. There are also members who will say, I have my house, and you can be able to use it as an office space, or you can be able to put your stock or products in the house. Are there people of that nature? Yes, they will be there in the community. So you will allow them to join and include them. Then in this case here, you will need to value the cost of the product which they want to give you, and also you value the cost of the house or the equity which they are using. We have another activity, activity 1C, which we are going to do. The faster you do it, the better. Okay? Now it is very important that there is sufficient demand from members. There must be a sufficient demand from members for the services and products which you are offering. Because if there is no sufficient demand from your members, that means the return or the amount of money you will get from them will be very low. Okay? So that demand must be there. This means that, or it implies that the services you're going to teach now, the knowledge of the anticipated business volume is very important. How much service would you be able to provide? How much quantity of sasame? How much quantity of cassava? Yesterday some people were talking of cassava. Okay? How much are you growing? That is very important for you because it will allow you to project the amount of money which you are going to get. Because each kilo counts. Okay? Each kilogram counts. So make sure that your products are good, of good quality, so that you can sell them easily. Because one of the critical areas where demand is generated is when your products are of good quality. Now, once you have estimated the amount of the quantity that you want to produce, members together, you will be able to help in the planning. You plan together so that you can have the equipment, you can have the facilities that you need, and all the resources that you need for your product, for producing your product. Once that is done, you can be sure that the product that you're offering shall be able to be of sufficient volume or quantity that will be able to generate enough income for you. So we're going to work out activity 1C. 1C in your workbook, you can open to page 32. In this case, you assign a new reader, somebody who has not read before. Allow the person to read. Okay? Allow the person to read through. You have 20 minutes to finish that. With the extra time that we have given you, I believe by now you have finished. Now, pay attention here. We will want to do a plenary discussion which will be able to allow us to see whether your business is feasible, especially the membership base. To understand that your membership base is feasible. Now, based on your analysis, what you have just been discussing, do you think that your cooperative will have the volume of business that is required? The business which you have discussed earlier. Do you think that it is possible to generate that? If your answer is yes, why do you think it will be able to generate? Okay? All right. In conclusion, to have a good picture of the business that you're having and to see that you have potential members that can be able to do the business, you need to talk to them. Talk to the people. If you're saying, we want each member to have 5 people brought into the cooperative, that means 30 of you will bring at least 5 people each. How many people will be brought into the cooperative? If each one of you are 30 members, you are asked to bring 5 people, how many people will be there in the cooperative? 150. Now, do you think that you can be able to get 150 people to join the cooperative? That's what is being asked. So if each one of you can bring 5 and it is possible, then you can be able to generate the volume of money which you need to start. Now, if there appears to be weak support and interest with your business idea, which you have identified, remember each one of you identified some business idea here, okay? Then if you find that people are not interested and very few people actually buy into the idea, then you need to change, okay? You need to change. Go to the other one, the next business idea, go back to step number 2. You redo the whole process again. You are testing, okay? Yeah. Testing to see that this business which you are going to do, the numbers of people that you are expecting to join, members of people, rather than the number of the members you expect to join, must be there. Okay? Yeah. So, is there any question in regard to this session? Assessing members to join your cooperative. Now, I want you to power yourself Power. Oh, that's too weak. Power. Again. Again. All right, thank you. This is the end of the session today. Session model number 2, session 1, assessing members. Thank you.